It started with something as innocent as helping him fix his tie. At least, that's what I told myself when I reached for it that night. We were at a friend's engagement party, me, my husband, and Daniel. Daniel had been my husband's friend for years, but lately we had been closer. Too close. I kept telling myself it was harmless. Small chats, inside jokes, the kind of thing that could never cross the line. The music was loud, laughter filling the air. But when I spotted Daniel standing near the balcony, his bow tie hanging loose, I found myself walking toward him before my brain could catch up. "You look like you're losing a battle with that thing," I teased. He chuckled. "Maybe you could help? You've always been better with your hands." The moment the words left his lips, I felt something shift between us. Still, I reached out, fingers brushing against his chest as I adjusted the tie. My hand lingered just a little too long. I should have stepped back. I should have laughed it off. Instead, I looked up into his eyes. They were dark, searching, and before I could stop myself, my fingers trailed downward. Not far, but enough to feel him react. I froze, my breath catching. His hand moved to my waist, pulling me slightly closer. That's when I felt it, him hardening in my hand. It was a jolt to my senses, a dangerous spark lighting a fire I'd been trying to deny for weeks. "Daniel," I whispered, though I wasn't sure if it was a warning or an invitation. He leaned down, his lips brushing my ear. "You don't have to pretend you don't want this." I should have walked away. My husband was only a few rooms away. The party was buzzing around us. But all I could feel was heat. Heat from his body, from my own shameful excitement. We slipped out to the balcony, hidden from most of the guests. The night air was cool, but my skin burned. He pressed me against the wall, his breath ragged. My fingers were still around him, and I couldn't let go, not even when I thought about why. What happened next was a blur. Hands everywhere, lips pressing, desperate whispers. We didn't go all the way, but it was enough to shatter the line we'd been dancing on for months. Enough to make me question everything I thought I knew about my marriage, about myself. When I finally pulled away, my chest was heaving. Daniel looked at me like I was both a sin and a salvation. "Will we talk about this?" I asked. "Only if you want to," he replied, his voice low, almost pleading. The rest of the night was torture. I sat beside my husband, smiling at friends, pretending nothing had happened, while my mind replayed every second on that balcony. I thought maybe I could forget, that it was just a moment of weakness. But the next day, Daniel texted me. "Last night wasn't a mistake." And that's when I knew, this wasn't over. I hadn't just crossed the line. I had burned it, and there was no going back.